workout today. I went live yesterday. I do have the flu right now. I'm still kind of getting over that. My sore throat is mostly gone. I still have a little bit of a lung infection and might be coughing throughout this, so excuse me. But just gonna be doing what I can. I might be taking a lot of breaks, just going with how I feel, as you always should when you're sick. Surprisingly, I've felt pretty good while I've had this flu. I don't really have malaise, which is really nice. So we will get started with a little, I'm not gonna say quite high impact. I might start high impact, and then if I'm not feeling it, I might make it a little bit more lower impact. So we'll kind of just go with the flow, and then before we start the workout, I'll go over the exercises I'm doing if you wanna do it with me. Okay, so let me get a song for a warm up. And this is one of my faves. All right, so I'm just gonna start with a little jog. And like I said, you're welcome to do this workout with me. I'll check the chat periodically. So I'm gonna go right into a jumping jack. Nice and slow. A little slower than usual. Going to my little twist. Here comes my head butt kick. Back to a jog. All right, I'm gonna stop there and do some active range of motion. Up and down the head. And side to side. Usually I go for a little bit longer with the warm-up, but I am trying to take it easy. I do have a tendency to push myself a little bit too much. I wasn't counting, hopefully that's about 10 where I'm gonna tilt. Five more here, and then I'm gonna change the music. I think that was 5, close enough. All right. And then we're gonna do some circles. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of core exercise, some glutes. What else? I'm going to use the pole a little bit for a couple whole body exercises. Kind of a little bit of everything today, really. Not focusing on necessarily one thing. About 5 more here. And and then we'll go forward. So if you're watching this live stream after the live stream and you're doing the workout, let me know. Leave a comment, let me know how the workout goes for you, if there's anything else that you'd like to see. About 4 more here. Oh, here comes my associate. And then we'll do some circles. About 10 each direction. And then we'll go forward. Hello, welcome. I'm just getting warmed up and I'll check the chat after I'm done warming up. You could still have time to hop in if you want to join me. I wasn't counting, maybe 4 more. Alrighty, we're gonna move to the wrists, up and down. Let me check the chat. What's up, Blaze? Stretching time. No, this is warm-up time. Just getting started. Yesterday was a stretch. Today is a little bit more of an interval training workout, but still kind of light impact because I'm sick. And I never count when I'm talking. That was probably about 10. I'm gonna circle. You know, you can jump in and do the workout with me. Mo's too lazy. See you later. 7-ish. And then we'll go the other direction. So I did a live stream yesterday of, it was more of a stretching routine yesterday with some core stuff. I just kind of made it up as I went along. And then I did work yesterday, full day of patients, and then I went for a 2-mile walk yesterday. Usually I do a 4-mile run/walk. I run the first 2 miles and then I run and walk the second 2. But I definitely don't want to push myself quite that much yet, since I still am a bit sick. I still have quite a bit of stuff in my lungs. Speaking of, so still taking it easy a little bit. I am hoping to make it to the pool by the end of the week for my swim. I don't think I went swimming last week because it was pretty cold. About 3 more circles here. And then the other direction. I do love to swim. I'm addicted to swimming for sure. I feel weird if I don't get my swim every week. And then we're gonna lean side to side. Plus it's a good way to get a little tan too. I think this is 4. We're gonna do 10 here. Warming up the sides and the back. Maybe that's 8, I don't really know. And then we're gonna move to a twist. And a little twist for the spine. Make sure I don't hit the pole. Here's 3, 4. Thankfully today I have a light day with patients, so not too crazy. Yesterday was a little busier. All right, down to the ground for a back warm up. Cat cow. Here's 2. some circles. Circle out the ribs. So for those of you just popping in case you weren't aware, I am a financial dominatrix. I do have a career in healthcare, but I also do financial domination, which is kind of like my main YouTube channel. I did sign on, I don't even know how many, 2 or 3 new slaves this week for debt contracts. I have another one who's thinking about it right now. They'll probably cave. They usually do. Let's see. And then there's something else I was going to say about that. Oh yes, I have wish lists, and it looks like somebody went in one of my wish lists and bought a bunch of stuff the other day. So curious to see when all that stuff comes in, including some diamond earrings. So I'm definitely curious to see what those look like when they come in. My birthday is in less than 2 weeks, on January 19th. So, getting a few more gifts than usual this month. And actually, next month is my 1-year anniversary, I guess you could say, of doing financial domination. So that's kind of exciting. It's a little warm in here. I'm starting to get a little sweaty. Definitely going to turn up the AC and turn on the ceiling fan as soon as I'm done warming up my hips. Okay. And, ooh, my toes look really good. All right, let me turn this light on and the ceiling fan. I'll show you how I turn on my ceiling fan. There we go. Air conditioning. Oh, it's only 74 in here. It feels warmer. Maybe I still have chills. Okay, water break. Let me check the chat. And then I'm gonna go over these exercises. Ew. I hate it when men think they can tell me what to do. Okay, so 5 exercises today. Interval training format. First one is a butt crunch. So I've got this little stool here set up. I usually do this at the gym, but seeing as I was sick and I didn't feel up to doing this, I skipped this at the gym. So we're doing it today. I don't know how much this weight is. I think each one of these plates is 2.5 pounds. So 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 15. This is probably about 15, 20 pounds. It feels more than that. Feels like it's probably at least 20. Anyways, I'm gonna come down to my upper back and just have it here, and then I'm lifting up and down. So if you have some kind of weight, or you can do this with no weight at home, and just something to put your back on, you can do this with me. The second one we're gonna do is a pole pull-up. Most of you probably don't have a pole, so you can do a regular pull-up or an assisted pull-up where you get like a step ladder. You have your, maybe like a doorway pull-up bar, and you just put as little weight in your feet as possible. Most of the weight's in your arms, and you're doing a pull-up that way. My pull-up is gonna be on the pole. Pull-up. Then I'm gonna do an ab roll-up with the ball. So I'll give you another idea how you can do this if you don't have the ball. Let's see, do I wanna move my mat? I think I do. Do I need the mat? No, I don't need the mat for this workout. So we're gonna move it out of the way. Okay. Ab roll up is gonna start with a plank on the ball, and then we tuck our chin and start pushing through the hands, lift the booty up, and then slowly control it down. That's what that looks like. If you don't have a ball, I don't have a washcloth handy, but you can grab washcloth, some type of clothing. I'm using some random leggings I had laying around. And you can start in a plank and do the same motion up and down. If you're on a carpet, then you can use a cardboard box top, something that'll slide on carpet. Anywho, ab roll up. Then we have some abs on the pole. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So for me, I'm gonna do like a knee tuck on the pole. If you don't have a pole, then you can just do a knee tuck like so. And then the last one is an oblique lift on my dip station. If you don't have a dip station, then you can do like a little V-up action, or even just something like this, just to work your obliques. I'll be on the dip station. Okay, those are the 5 exercises we're doing. And 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off to get in between. I'm probably gonna be taking a lot of breaks because like I said, I'm still sick. I might be coughing. Just ignore me. I'll try to just play some music loud so you don't have to listen to it. I'm not coughing too much, so it's not too bad. All right, let me get an interval trainer timer going. Let me check the chat one more time. No, we still have the guy asking for a 360 that he's not gonna get. Okay, moving along. 50 seconds on, starting with the butt crunch. There's the ding. Let me get a song. Okay, and here we go. Should probably move ow this so I don't break my glass. So I like to put my hand behind the head. I like to hold my neck up. Make sure your pelvis is tucked, your back is not arched. If you're doing this with me. Really squeeze your glutes at the top. You can definitely do more weight than this. I have a back injury, so I don't like to do a lot of weight into my back. And there's the ding. Next is the pull-up. And I'm on the pole. Here we go. I like to do 5 on each side and then switch. All the way up, all the way down. All right, there's the ding. Ab roll up. Great for strengthening for handstands too. Whew. You can make it extra hard. You can try to lift the leg. Oh, it's hard though. Next is my ab exercise with the pole, or you're doing a knee tuck on the floor if you don't have a pole. There's 5 on each side. Very weak today. All right. Each side. Okay, there's the dings. Oblique lift on the dip station, or you can be on the ground. I need a little break. Normally I wouldn't need a break, but this is the most I've done since I got the flu. Well, I did walk 2 miles yesterday, but it wasn't as intense as this. Play. Okay. All right, back to these. And there's the ding. So that was 5 exercises. Back to the beginning for the butt crunch. This round I'm going to hold at the top for a second. Next round I'll probably do some pulses. My pole's crooked. I want to check that. Here it looks crooked. Alright. Next up is pole pull-up. Or you can do your modified pull-up, or even a regular pull-up. Break for me here. Okay, a few more. All right, next up is the ab roll up. This really is one of my favorite exercises. Not because it's easy, just because it's so good. Break or not. Ooh. Okay, next is ab, pull abs. Here we go. 5 on each side for me at a time. you're doing knee tucks on the floor. Two more. First side. Pretty good. Mine. Okay. Whew. Last exercise, second round. Let me get some water. Obliques. Let me switch this off. Give me a little break also. I am totally okay with taking lots of breaks today. I'm just happy to be doing anything. Alrighty, last round. Back to the butt crunch. Here we go. Oh, last round. Again, I'm gonna do little pulses with this time. Tuck the pelvis the whole time. So the back is not arched. Push through your heels to really activate the glutes. Feeling it. Enough of that. Next up is pull-ups or regular pull-ups. I'm going to take a little bit more of a break before I go into this. All right. Little break. Next up is the ab roll up. I'm going to take a little bit more of a break. I'm getting a little tired now. Try to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Pushing through your hands to lift your body. Next up is the pull abs. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. 5 on each side. right. Last exercise, oblique lift. You're either down on the ground, or if you have a dip station, you can join me. Little break for me. Break. All right, that's good. Okay. That should have been the last one. Let's see. Yes, okay. So let me check the comments. We just finished our 15-minute interval training. What we got here? Husi says, I like this channel. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing. I will be doing live workouts 2 to 3 times a week on average. This week I am recovering from the flu, so endurance is definitely not there. I'm not pushing myself too much because it doesn't feel too good. It feels good to move, don't get me wrong. And you know, it's a balance between, yes, you want to respect your body when you're sick and rest when you need it, but on the other end of that, a lot of times people will use any excuse not to work out. So it's a balance between not making excuses, but then not pushing yourself too much, right? So I'm gonna stretch out a little bit and talk a little bit while I stretch. I'm gonna start with a little shoulder stretch I like to do on the pole. You can also do this from like a child's pose on the mat. So today's workout was just kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different things. Wow, this top really gapes in the middle. Sorry about that. And then we're gonna switch directions. There was a lot of core. I always do a lot of core exercises, but when you do core exercises, it's important to remember that your core is not just your abs and your obliques. Your core includes your back and your butt. All those muscles that hold you up, that makes up your core. I'm gonna do a little, actually I'm gonna do this first. You can also do this from the ground. So we worked on the core, we did some glutes. We did, some pull-ups, and what else did we do? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Glutes, not glutes. Glutes. Pull-ups, core. So just a little full body workout, I guess you could say. That was a mouthful and I could have just said full body, I guess. And we incorporated the pole because, believe it or not, pole fitness is a thing. It's not easy doing anything on a pole. It may look easy, but it's not. Been doing this for 16 or 17 years and not easy. And pole is one of those things where you lose your skills very quickly. So you have to do it a couple times a week to even maintain what you got. And I am pretty out of shape when it comes to pole right now, to be honest with you, which is okay. I don't do competitions anymore. I don't teach classes and lessons every day. So it can be a lot on your body, and I am no spring chicken, as they say. So at my age, I do what feels good for my body, and I like to do lots of different types of activities. I don't think it's ever good to do one type of activity, whether it's yoga, running, whatever. Every activity has benefits, but it also has negative impacts on your body. So I prefer to do lots of different types of activities to condition my body in many different ways. So I swim, I mentioned that every week. I run once a week. I do these interval training workouts. I do pole workouts. Occasionally I'll hop on my aerial point and do some hoop or silks. I probably do silks the least. So lots of different things, and I do yoga and stretching too. Also hard to get everything in when you have a job and life and all that good stuff. So that's the other thing about fitness, is it is something that you have to make a priority to actually get it done, unless you have no life and you just sit at home all the time. Most of you have lives. I don't have any children, I'm not married, so I don't have those time-consuming things. So I do have a little bit more flexibility. But if you do have children, relationship, that makes it even harder to incorporate everything into your schedule. So it takes discipline to structure all that in, right? And get enough sleep. I mean, sleep is important too. So I'm just doing a little hip flexor stretch, which feels really good right now. You can do this with the wall. I like to use my pole for lots of different stretches. I'm actually going to do a little hammy stretch next. Did I do my side stretch? I think I did. I was talking and distracted. I'll do it again. Why not? I think I did do it though, didn't I? It just feels so good. We're going to do it again. If you don't have a pole or anything, you can just take your arm and go like this. It's not as good, but it's the next best thing. Definitely sweating, but not too much. I maybe overdid it just a little bit, but I could have overdone it a lot more. So I'm happy with what I did today. I think I'm going to try to pick up some Mucinex today to clear out my lungs. They aren't too bad, but when I cough, I can still feel that there's some stuff in there. If you did my workout yesterday, you would have heard me talking about, no, I'm going to stretch my neck while I'm talking, and my wrists. Pretty sure I got the flu from one of the facilities that I go to. I'm in healthcare, if you didn't know that. I go into a lot of assisted living and independent living facilities, and one of them has the flu very bad right now. I saw a few masks last week, and then the next time I went in there were more, and then the last time it was everybody that had a freaking mask on, and I already got the flu at that point. My patient at that facility had the flu really bad. She wasn't doing very well, so I had to call 911 and have her sent to the hospital, and we knew she had the flu, but turns out she also has pneumonia. So that would be why she wasn't doing very well. So it's a good thing I decided to call, because she's on chemo and radiation. So that's a lot to have going on. And then we're going to stretch the neck to the side. So hopefully she's doing okay. She should get out of the hospital soon. In the meantime, I have the flu, and it's actually the mildest flu I've ever had. My biggest thing when I get sick is the malaise, just the feeling of not feeling good is what really sucks. And I haven't had that really at all. I had a sore throat, and then it just went straight into my lungs. And even the lung infection isn't that bad. Like, I'm coughing up some phlegm, but it's not all the time. I don't feel it like rattling around in my chest like I have sometimes when I've had it before. So I would say it's actually like a pretty mild flu for me. But I hear the flu is really bad across the country right now. So just be careful. And it is going around big time in the town that I'm in. So the change in weather and all that stuff. Let me check the chat. See what you guys have to say for yourselves. I am watching you, but I'm not interested with pole dance. I am not interesting. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Stretching up my wrists a little bit. Whenever I do pole dance or plank, anything on my wrists, I like to warm them up, of course, and then stretch them out a little bit. So just a quick little wrist stretch. I always talk about this, but I feel like people don't warm up or stretch their necks or their wrists enough. That is my professional opinion. Maybe you should think about it, because those are pretty important parts of the body, don't you think? And I'm gonna do a little shoulder stretch here because I have this chronic injury that likes to pop up. Oh, and I think it happens when I don't stretch here enough. And there's my neighbor walking his dog. So anyways, I had a full day of work yesterday. Today I have just a light day, so nothing too crazy. I'm going to decompress here for a minute, eat some lunch, and then head out to work for a little bit. Let's see. I do have another clothing video I'm going to be posting soon. The workout videos take me quite a while to make, so to be honest, it'll probably be a week or so before I'm able to get to one of those. But in the meantime, I'll be doing these live videos, and hopefully you guys can join me for some of those workouts. Let's see, I stretched my shoulders, my wrists. Let's do a little back stretch. Oh yeah, I was gonna stretch my hamstrings a little bit with the pole. Let's see if it works today. There we go. You can call it a stripper pole all you want. I call it a fitness pole. Yes. Oh, it feels good. Let's see if I can get it up a little higher and then open up the hip. Ooh, I need to stretch my glutes. That is cramping. Ooh, ouch. Okay, my glute just reminded me that I definitely need to stretch my glutes. Because we did do that one glute exercise. We didn't really do any hamstrings, but I just really wanted to stretch them out, so there's one. Now we'll do the other. And if you don't have a pole, you can always do lots of different hamstring stretches standing. You can just stand in a forward fold with one leg forward. That'll stretch your hamstrings. Or seated on a yoga block with one leg in front of you is another one of my favorite ways to stretch my hamstrings. Now I'm gonna lift this up and then open the hip just so, ooh yeah, that fires up the glutes. It is cramping, Charlie horse in the glute. Ow, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Oh. Okay, we're moving down to the ground for a glute stretch ASAP. So I'm gonna do one leg. Oh, I feel it already. One leg on top of the other. The further back you are, the less of a stretch. The more you push your body forward, the more of a glute stretch you will get. I like to wiggle my toes when I do it. Nice deep breaths. I've got, I did like an ombre on my toe for New Year's, so I've got like little glitter ombre on my nails and toes for New Year's. Fun fact. And then we'll switch. I like to kind of lift my bottom up and then sit back down. This one feels a lot tighter, so I'm gonna bring my leg a little bit further in front and then work on pushing my body forward. In general, the left side of my body is much tighter because I have an injury, chronic injury in my back. So this is one glute stretch. I'm actually going to do another one because they do feel pretty tight right now. So usually I'll raise my mat. I like to have a mat under my feet for this. The hard floor is a little much, so I'm going to start with the right glute first. So you just cross one leg in front of the other. You can see how much tighter my left side is than my right now. So I'm just going to gently push that down, just sit up straight, and then you're working on folding forward, and then you'll feel it in your glutes. Make sure you keep both sit bones on the ground. And you can even go to one side if you want. Then maybe the other side. And then we'll switch. So now I'm gonna have the left leg in front of the right, and they're not all the way into my body. They're out in front intentionally because that'll get my glutes a little bit more. I don't have to push this knee down because it's not nearly as tight as the other side. So I'm just gonna gently bring my hands forward. And you should feel that stretch back there in your glutes. And then I'm going to take it to one side. And usually I like to hold stretches for about 5 deep breaths, or about 30 seconds to 1 minute is usually a good length to hold your stretches. I like to do breaths because it's really important to breathe when you're stretching. That helps the muscles relax and get more out of the stretch. All right, and then we're gonna do one little back stretch. So I'm gonna bring my legs forward. I like to shift my chunk out of the way, so I'm sitting up on my sit bones, and then I'm gonna gently fold forward. I am not pushing myself with anything today. I'm just taking it nice and easy. Most days I do like to push myself quite a bit, but when I'm sick, everything is going to be nice and gentle. All right, that should do it. So thank you for watching my workout video. Leave me a comment if you did the workout with me. Let me know how it goes for you, what your thoughts are, if there's any certain type of workouts you'd like to see going forward. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I go live about 2 to 3 times a week. I will try to post usually in the post section or a short before I go live, but I may not always have time to do that. And the time kind of fluctuates, but usually it's gonna be around, I would say, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern time in the mornings during the week when I go live. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.